Okay, so I'm not using StreamYards today. You guys know sometimes with StreamYards, my quality will be cruddy. And the computer I'm filming on, it's not really my computer. Like, I use it, but it's mainly meant for work. I just use it because it's more convenient to have this computer up and running and stuff. And I don't feel like having another setup for my laptop and everything. But I decided, you know what? I don't watch Raw. I heard Keith Lee was facing for the WWE Championship. I said, wow, a guy I like is fighting for the title against Drew? Should be a good match. So I tuned in. I tuned in. And then all of a sudden, the match itself, it was good. It's what you expect from today's wrestling product. The guys went out there and put on a good wrestling match. Good for them. And so I was expecting, the usual stuff from these guys, and they did that. Drew wins. LOL, Drew wins. I think the wrestling community already hates this guy now. I feel like that's the trend, right? Like, someone gets a push, they reach the main event scene that we've always wanted them to reach, and now that Drew's there, it's like to reach, and it's like, oh man, this guy stinks. Like people now just hate this guy. Like they don't even care that this guy even exists. So Drew wins retains the title. They have all the legends. They're like clapping. They're like, I don't know what they're doing. Honestly, I didn't watch the full episode, so if you guys want to give me a rundown, that'd be great. But all of a sudden, we hear bush, a bush, a bush. I thought we were going to hear, Brock Lesnar come back. I thought, oh, maybe Brock Lesnar signed the contract. He's ready to come back and face Drew again. No, it turned out it was Goldberg. I guess Roman said send him to number 2. I don't want to deal with this guy and Goldberg. Send him to number 2. Have number 2 take care of Goldberg for me, or Oldberg, whatever you want to call him. And so now Goldberg is now going for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. And I just say to myself, man, like, why? Like Goldberg tried to in his promo, whatever you want to consider a promo for Goldberg, he tried to. Where's my? I swear I had this WWE mic always nearby, and I can't seem to find it. But you guys know the drill. So Goldberg cuts the promo. He goes, "Hey Drew, you think that you can beat me because you're old, because you're young, and I'm old? You look at these legends and you say they're old. You can't beat me. You're next." And it was like that. And then Drew goes, "Oh, I don't think I said that, but you're right. I do think you're old. So I'm going to beat you like my dad." And I was like, wait, so you just admitted to what Goldberg was rambling on about. Like, how does this make me want to see this match? At least with Goldberg and Roman, there's that narrative of, oh, who has the better spear? It's the spear versus the spear. With Drew and Goldberg, it's like, is Goldberg mad? Like, if Goldberg came out and Goldberg said, "I want the WWE title. It's the one belt I never held," I would be like, okay, that makes more sense for Goldberg. I mean, he has one last badass spear in him. He wants to win the title he never won. That makes more sense. Goldberg comes out, says, "You know what, Drew? You're an ass kisser like me." I could take that. But him coming out and saying, "Oh, you make fun of us because we're old," it was just so bad. I was just like, "Oh my god, who wrote this script for Goldberg? Who told Goldberg, hey, you need to say this?" Like this wasn't good. This honestly was just such a terrible move that the WWF decided to do. The World Wrestling Foundation World Wrestling Federation should have thought of a better strategy than Goldberg, man. Like I'm just being honest, man. Like, no offense to Goldberg, I have all respects to the man and stuff. He's one of my favorite childhood wrestlers, but this ain't the move, man. Like, especially with Drew McIntyre, who's getting the YWC, IWC, whatever you want to call it, backlash of, oh, he's so stale and boring. Oh my goodness. You think it's a good idea to send Goldberg at him? whatever. This company is hilarious with this stuff. So yeah, Goldberg is back. Going to fight for the title. It's going to be interesting. But I mostly missed you guys. Happy New Year to all you human beings that watch me. Degenerate Sharingan, Jogon King, I am Venom, Jinzo, Jecta, Dre, Santi. Thank you guys for coming on to the stream. I appreciate you guys as always. But I just missed you guys, and I said, hey, let's just hop on. Let's just do a good old-fashioned Q&A, and maybe with the title, we can get some new people in, and they can find themselves entertained just like you human beings. But anyways, I'm going to go use the men's room a little bit, get my chapstick, and then after that, I better see some questions. I better see some questions. I don't care what kind of questions. They don't have to be wrestling related. You guys know the drill. So I will be right back. All right. And I don't see any questions either. What the heck, YouTube? Anyways, guys, I'm back. Drinking this gallon of water really makes you go to the restroom as much. By the way, guys, how's the beard coming in? I feel like I'm reaching Daniel Bryan levels of the beard. I feel like I have the Daniel Bryan motif going on with the hair and the beard. I feel like I'm, when did he start doing this? Like 2010? I feel like I'm 2010 Daniel Bryan. Yeah, but I haven't showered, so sorry if the beard is kind of what's it called, all messy. What's up, Koo? How we doing, my friend? What's new pair of sneakers are you looking forward to getting? Oh man, I wish we were on StreamYard so I could show you, but I didn't feel like setting that up and fixing the issues and stuff. So Jinzo, for me, the pairs that I'm kind of looking forward to the most, I'm looking at the Street Hawkers. The SB Dunk Street Hawkers, they come out later this January. They look really, really cool. I love shoes that mismatch. It's kind of one of my favorite themes. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And then honestly, right now, the Titan pack from Jordan, I like those shoes a lot. But honestly, a lot of the sneakers coming out this year, they're very nostalgia based. Definitely like the Carmine Sixes from Jordan brand, the LeBron 8 South Beaches. Some Kobe 6 Pro Tros. Hopefully the Del Sol is one of them that comes out this year. That's something I'm looking forward to. Those are the sneakers I'm really looking forward to the most. They have a lot of hype stuff that Jordan brand has been hiding for a minute, like Jordan 4 Lightnings and Jordan 5 Raging Bulls. They're bringing back the Jordan 5 Oreos, which is weird. Like that's not that old of a sneaker, but it is what it is. But yeah, for me personally, right now, just this month, and keep in mind too, Jinzo, you get asked this question every month because sneaker releases and all this hype, it changes, man. It literally, like, you could, 1 minute you're looking at one sneaker and then the next you're like, oh man, I'm looking at that. So yeah, for me personally, man, it would have to be what's it called, just right now, the SB Dunk Street Hawkers. Yeah, Goldberg is going to lose. I just don't know why we have Goldberg facing Reigns. You know what I'm saying, Folzo? I just don't understand. Not Reigns, McIntyre. I just don't see the point of it, man. What can you see for this year, both wrestling related and general? Wrestling related, honestly, I see, WWE. I see WWE going to try to do new things with older people, though. Like just how they normally do stuff. Like, instead of doing what they're doing with Orton with a younger talent, like, who could actually use this push, they're just going to use it with a bunch of old people like Randy Orton and Goldberg and stuff. And you know what? It works for WWE. They know what's best and whatever the USA execs want. But honestly, hopefully we see something good with the Roman feud. Hopefully there's a big time payoff to this Roman feud because he's really one of the few enjoyments in WWE. But yeah, I think AEW will break the forbidden door, which is New Japan Pro Wrestling. I do think that we're going to get an NJPW relationship, especially if you know who won on night one. And when it comes to Wrestle Kingdom, Normally, I don't like to spoil Wrestle Kingdom because there's 2 nights of the event, and they're at weird times, and people actually have lives, and so I don't want to spoil what happened at Wrestle Kingdom for y'all if you guys didn't see it. Normally, if this is a weekend, wrestling fans we don't sleep anyway, so I figured you guys are up anyways trying to watch it. But if you know who won at Wrestle Kingdom, I do expect AEW to do a little bit more with New Japan Pro Wrestling, so I see that happening. Honestly, I think this will be a big year for AEW. If it isn't, I'll be kind of shocked. In general, I feel like October things will start seeing some semblance of normalcy. I think that it's going to be rough, and hopefully, you guys are all staying safe and well. That's number one priority, guys. Take care of yourselves. You guys are the most important thing in your life, and just be selfish during these times as well for your own health, and selfish for your family's health and whoever you live with, loved ones' health, and everything. I wish you all nothing but to stay safe and well. But yeah, that's the thing. I think it's going to be tough, and just know, man. Like, I'm not on Twitter right at this moment, mainly just because of a thing, uh, just because I got to get the social media distractions out there. But if you guys want to follow me on Facebook or Instagram and you need a message just to talk, look, I may not always respond, but I'll try my best to get back to you ASAP. Like, I'll try my best. And just know, guys, texting Chase is different than talking Chase. When you talk to me, I'm very animated. I'm a terrible texter. I have always been known in relationships and friendships as a terrible texter. I don't really show too much emotion when I text, and that's not me not caring. That's just how I am. It's just how I text. So I do apologize if we do text, and if I don't show emotion, it's not me not caring. It's just how I am. Like, yeah, yeah. Goldberg has gone senile, man. He's even going crazy. He's all saying stuff, man. Thoughts on Sasuke and Boruto? What is he doing in Boruto? He's from what I've seen, he's okay, but what is he doing now? Is he dead yet? Thoughts on the Cleveland Browns making it a playoff this year? Cool. I mean, they have to face the Steelers again, and it will be the Steelers at full force. So I don't know what if that means anything to you, but to me, that does mean some semblance of Baker Mayfield's going to get his ass kicked. How badly? I don't know. But for me personally, good for the Cleveland Browns. It's good for the Browns fan. It's funny. The one season where there's no fans in attendance, the Browns actually do shit. It's like perfect, dude. It's just like, hey, screw the fans. The fans can't even enjoy this. Like, we can't. Like, you know how many posts we're missing of Cleveland Brown fans? Like we saw Eagle fans dive in horse manure and eating it when they won the Super Bowl. Imagine Browns fans making the playoffs. So yeah, we missed that, man. We missed that. Goldberg to bury Jew like he did the Fiend. Oh, I can't wait to see what the IW. You know the IWC did with their fake outrage, like, oh, let me be upset so that way I can make at least like $2 on my video. The fake outrage of, hey, what is this company doing? Even though I'm mad right now, I'm still gonna watch next week because, you know, like that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna give this fake outright. Like, look, does Goldberg need to be WWE champion? Absolutely not. Like, he does not need the belt at all. But like, it's like the thing is, if WWE sees some trend or something, and they put Goldberg with the belt. It's like Jericho with the AEW title. If they put Goldberg on with the belt, it's WWE is making a mistake. But hey, at the end of the day, if it gets viewership, it gets viewership. Who knows? Maybe they think Goldberg could put Drew over. But that's another thing too. People think so lowly of Goldberg that if Drew beats him, people are like, like so it's a lose-lose situation. Goldberg wins the belt, it just makes Drew look pathetic, and you give the belt back to Goldberg. And then if Drew beats Goldberg, it doesn't look as credible because people are hating on Goldberg. That's what wrestling fans don't understand. You hurt the company and the business itself when you bitch about stuff like this, when you complain about every little thing, and it makes it so unwatchable. and I'm a hardcore fan, and you know, like I said, I only stick to two products. I only watched Raw tonight because of Keith Lee versus McIntyre. I want to see if maybe Keith Lee gets a shock win. You never know. But yeah, man, like like that's why I needed a break from Twitter too. Sometimes, man, these wrestling fans, ugh, like I'm not gonna lie. There's a point where I want to make another Twitter, but then I was like, man, I'm just gonna refollow the same people anyway. So, but yeah, man, like it's funny because Goldberg's now at the point where his rep is so fucking low that like how do I explain it? His rep is so low that if Drew beats him, it doesn't even matter. You pretty much just buried him. That's just how it comes off, in my personal opinion. But yeah. All right. Oh, what's up, Ashley? How's it going? They're gonna make Goldberg champ and Goldberg versus Reigns champ versus champ. I love it. Damn it, MJ. How would you like to be a writer on the WWE staff? Thoughts on Hiei versus Kuro? Oh, well, I forgot that fight. Honestly, dude, I forgot that fight. You have to remind me what that fight was about. If you could swap an AEW wrestler and a WWE wrestler, who would it be? AEW easy. Like, just put MJF in WWE. I know everyone's gonna be like, no. Vince would like him. MJF is a guy that I feel like will understand how to maneuver his way politically backstage. His mic skills are just far and beyond anyone in AEW, even Jericho. And Jericho's one of the better talkers. He's just so good, and he would fit with what WWE wants to do. What Miz is doing, MJF can do. Now I think Miz is overall. If you gave Miz a chance to shoot on MJF, he would bury the fuck out of the kid. No disrespect to MJF, but the Miz is just on another level when it comes to certain shit, especially if you want to shoot from the hip. But in character-wise, MJF knows how to stay in character, and be consistent on the mic. He would work well in WWE, and he would be a good chicken shit heel world champion. As far as guys going to AEW, Seth Rollins. Like, Seth Rollins is what they need in AEW. Like, he is the perfect, like Jon Moxley, okay, Dean Ambrose, sure. But Seth Rollins is the perfect guy for AEW. He has mainstream appeal from WWE. He's been a top WWE guy for so many years. You put him in AEW, he's your automatic number one star, and it's not even close. Kenny Omega does not even sniff Seth Rollins' boot when it comes to being on the star level. Like, that's another thing. And then people are going to be interested. Why do you leave WWE? Seemed like a super top guy, multiple time world champion, won a Rumble, won at Mania multiple times. Like there will be so many people wondering about it, and he would be one of those guys that just fits the mold of what AEW wants as a complete world champion. I don't know if Tony Khan thinks like that, but if I was Tony Khan and I heard Seth Rollins' contract was up, I'm overpaying for him, because ultimately I feel like he brings a lot of change to my company. He brings a lot more eyes to my company. Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, when he was leaving WWE, like, he pretty much said, hey, I'm leaving WWE to the World Wrestling Federation. WWE pretty much was like, okay, we're going to make you look like shit for the next few weeks. And, the thing was, Ambrose couldn't even rebound from that. Ambrose was like doing such bad stuff that when he came in as Jon Moxley, it was nice and refreshing. It was cool that he was going to be himself and he can be Jon Moxley. He's not stuck being this Dean Ambrose character. But then once that happened and the unsanctioned match with Omega happened, then the more Moxley talked, then the more Moxley was world champ. It was kind of like, maybe, it's just Dean Ambrose. Whether you want to admit that as or not, that's fine. That's up to you. But it was just Dean Ambrose at the end of the day. He was cutting the same promos, bush mouth and everything. Yeah, his matches were just a little bit more hardcore, but other than that, it was still just Dean Ambrose. And that's the thing. Seth Rollins, I feel like if you let him, as people like to say, WWE holds people back, you let him do whatever the fuck he wants. He will perform well. He will do well. He's someone that I feel like works with AEW. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people on this channel hate Seth Rollins, but calm down, okay? So yeah. Feel Roman doesn't respect his Fiend match Saudi Arabia. Oh yeah, he doesn't want to. Yeah, he wants to face the Fiend. Hiei versus Zero is a great fight. It's funny in the manga. That fight was, I think was just, oh no wait, I'm thinking you meant Zero. God damn, dude. I get my fucking. It's been a minute since I've seen Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm not gonna lie, Jogging King. It's been a good minute. That fight was a jobber fest, man. That was a funny fight, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, crew. Just imagine those Browns fans, man. They'd be killing themselves. I swear, they would jump off the dog. They would do something crazy. How do you think it'd feel with no next year would be with Conor McGregor? And yeah. Why does Conor get these slim shady what's it called commercials? I was watching the ESPN college football playoffs and they're playing I forgot what Eminem song it was, but they're playing some Eminem song. I'm like I've never associated Conor McGregor with Slim Shady. They really just need to do a commercial with the Foggy Dew. Connor's actual walkout song, like "Will it go in its clown tattoo, wow, 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 and the hair still is blows. Oh, if it swells right in the foggy dew," like that, or hypnotize at least, because that's what people know him as. They're like Biggie, 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 can't you? Like Eminem, he doesn't even come out to Eminem. Like it just makes no sense. But yeah, it's gonna be weird, especially because watch any Conor McGregor walk out with fans, even when he was like on the undercard. Oh, when Foggy Dew hit, and we heard notorious, and then they don't hypnotize it. Goosebumps, man. And the fans would love it. And also too, Connor, like the thing about Connor fights, people don't understand. There's times in fights where a fighter will land a strike, like boom, boom. No one reacts. Connor lands anything, the fans like, oh, 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 like that plays into a factor, man. Because Connor has so much. I feel like it'll be interesting to see, but I still think Connor takes who's he fighting? Poirier. I forgot a minute. Poirier. That's sorry to Dustin Poirier. All respects to the man. I think he still takes Poirier down in like 2 rounds. Who do I see winning the Super Bowl? Oh man, dude, it's hard, man. It's hard to go against the Chiefs. I'm sorry. Like, uh, who I want to win is the Colts, just because of Philip Rivers. That's the honest answer. I want the Colts to win because of Philip Rivers. Nothing else matters to me. But out of all the teams, man, like Patrick Mahomes is like a video game cheat code. Like I've never seen a quarterback, man. Like and Brady, I've seen some good quarterbacks growing up. Brady, Manning, McNair. I know everyone's gonna say McNair, but McNair back in the day, y'all don't understand. Michael Vick. And keep in mind from indoor times, okay? So don't get all upset. What I'm saying? Like I'm talking about in their times of being unstoppable. McNabb and so on and so forth. I've seen so many good quarterbacks, man. Not even Aaron Rodgers, it could be down 24-3. And I wouldn't like if somehow like for example, if my Chargers were up 24-3 on Aaron Rodgers, I would feel like we could still win that game. I would be like, yeah, we're most likely going to win. I've seen with my own Chargers when we're up 21-0 on Mahomes. I'm like, this lead ain't safe, dude. Like, it's Mahomes. Like, all it takes is one freaking flick of the arm to Tyreek Hill, and it's over. Like, he's just such a cheat code. Like, he's so freaking cheat codish. It's insane. So for me, Matt, all about West hold on, wrestling. Okay, I couldn't read the name about, but far away. The Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl. It's hard for me to choose against anyone else, man. But like I said, I want the Colts to win. That's my pick. But the Chiefs are winning. What's my favorite? What are your favorite NFL moments from the season? Lamar Jackson having to take a poop. That was a top 10. He had to go take a poop during Monday Night Football, and he came back better than ever. That was like the funniest scene ever. Justin Herbert, just in general. I'm a Herbie fan. I'm a Charger fan, so of course I love Justin Herbert. The Bears wide receiver that punched the Saints cornerback. That was a weird moment, but I don't know why. I like that moment for whatever reason. It was a funny little exchange that happened on the football field, man. Let's see. What other moments that I like? Oh, the Hail Murray That was a good moment, man. And DeAndre Hopkins, like he's unreal, dude. And it was funny too. It was like that moment right there. The Hail Murray took away all of DeAndre Hopkins' powers after that because then he kind of just, he just kind of faded away. So yeah, but yeah, that those are those are what I would say. Do you feel Pentagon should just tell Tony Khan that he isn't being utilized and just go straight to WWE because we're over a year with AEW has been heavily underutilized? I think I am Venom. It's just because Tony Khan is doing what Vince does to talent, and I don't care what anyone says. He's smart for doing this. This is what promoters should do. Tony Khan knows Pentagon's real intentions. The reason why Pentagon's still with AEW is probably something to do with the AAA partnership. Like, let's be real. He wants to go to WWE. I believe Phoenix also wants to go to WWE. And I think Tony Khan realizes this, and he's just like, look, you guys are great and talented, but if I pushed you guys and you go to WWE, ooh, that's not a good look on us. I don't blame Tony Khan. That's what you do as a promoter. As many people will shit on Vince and shit on everything else that Vince McMahon does, I'm not going to shit on Tony Khan for, not making guys look good because hell, the thing is, he doesn't want people to fuck off and go to WWE, and then people are like, oh wow, so you stole, they stole what's it called? They stole what's his face? The Lucha Brothers from AEW. Oh, that's a big talent loss. No, you would rather have it where people are like, wow, I can't believe the Lucha Brothers are being used better in WWE than in AEW. I mean, we hear that all the time. It doesn't change ratings. Does it change ratings when you hear someone's being used better in another company? No. It doesn't do shit. So yeah. Why did Seth Rollins come back on SmackDown here? Didn't come back as heel. Hope. I don't know what Seth is doing. We gotta wait and see, Alyssa. Wait, did he come back? Did I miss it? I don't know. I didn't watch SmackDown this week. I was too hyped up for New Japan. How come anime slash manga, Marvel and DC, and TV shows appeal to mainstream more than wrestling does, despite it having the same concept, good guy versus bad guy? Uh, the problem with wrestling nowadays is that it's hard for people to define who is a good guy and bad guy. And another thing too about, and I say this a lot too, it does matter about the community. The wrestling community will very, very twist your mind on what's good and bad. And it's kind of hard for people to kind of just jump in and care about the community because, you join a community, you say you like Roman Reigns, and then you get called a piece of shit for liking Roman Reigns. I get other communities can be toxic as well. And I've seen those communities too, but it's just, I just feel like the wrestling community just doesn't hold any value when it comes to actual interaction with people. And I feel like the people who actually interact with wrestling on the wrestling community online are just a little bit too toxic for their own good, at least in my personal opinion. If you were building the perfect wrestler, whose mic skills would he have? Who's ring rink and who's gimmick? Oh, mic skills. Give me Macho Man's mic skills because Macho Man didn't need to say much to get over. In ring work, I would say Mr. Perfect because Mr. Perfect had the perfect balance, pun intended, had the perfect balance of technical work rate shit, but also like power moves that actually get fans and interested. And who's gimmick? Oh, dude, Hulk Hogan. Like that gimmick will just go well. So I'll be right back again, guys. Got to use the restroom again. Keep sending your questions. I'll be right on back. Don't rush, baby. Oh, okay. Sometimes that happens. All right, let's see. All right, what other questions did I get? Chase, what do you think of Chargers interviewing? I don't know what you're talking about, straight shooter, and we're not going to continue talking about this discussion unless you want me to have a brain aneurysm. It's a terrible interview. If you're going to go with, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're going to go with a retread coach, go with at least Jack Del Rio. Can we at least do someone that actually did shit? I'm just saying. So yeah, I would rather take Jack Del Rio than. I'm not going to talk about. Oh god. Oh my god. I get he's an offensive coach. He didn't do shit with Romo and. Oh, I hate this guy, man. I'm not even a Cowboys fan. This guy pisses me off. So just imagine as a Chargers fan, I already went from Anthony Lynn. Like here's the Chargers history since Schottenheimer, North Turner, hit or miss, had some good seasons, whatever. Mike McCoy, here was the next big thing. Oh, the Chargers got lucky getting Mike McCoy, and then teams realized his inept offense. Anthony Lynn. And then I have to go to just give me someone young, hot, and sexy right now, whatever they would call it. Yeah, give me give me someone that they're gonna call the next McVay or Shanahan. You know, thoughts on Sasuke versus Orochimaru? That's an okay fight. It's a little bit disappointing. You know, you expect a big, cool fight. The video game, Storm 2 did it better. Who do you predict will be in the NBA Finals this year? Lakers. I'm just choosing the Lakers. They're good. They're really good. Lakers, and dude, I don't even know. Honestly, I feel like this is a weird year for the East. I'm just gonna say Hawks. I know everyone's gonna say the Hawks. One, you actually watch basketball, they're playing good. Two, I don't know, Trae Young. He can get sneaky hot. And I don't see like Drew Holiday, yeah, but the Hawks did a good job improving that roster overall. Like there's depth on that roster. Like I feel like if the Bucks, Drew Holiday suffers an injury or Middleton suffers an injury, because we got to keep that in a factor. And it's not a guarantee that the Bucks make the ECF. I mean, they lost to Miami last year. Like I don't even care what you say. Giannis is a great dominant player. Drew Holiday is one of the best defensive players I've personally ever seen as a guard. Chris Middleton's a pleasant surprise and a great shooter. But honestly, when I look at the Hawks, so I'm just going to say the Hawks for now. Like they would get toasted by the Lakers, but the East, it's more open than you think. Like the East is not like I get it that Tatum and Brown have been balling out for the Celtics, but it's early in the season, dude. Come playoff time, we're going to see the Celtics. They're going to be the favorites. They're going to be the Eastern Conference Finals. And then they lose a series they shouldn't lose. That's the Celtics for you right now, dude. They're too young. All right, so let's see. Thoughts on the rumors of Charlie Cox reprising his role as Daredevil in Spider-Man? Good. I think of him when I think of Daredevil. So I'll be fine with this guy being Daredevil. This guy being Daredevil would absolutely be splendid in my personal opinion, man. How can AEW appeal to the mainstream audience? I feel like with AEW, they really need to do that, but I don't know. I just feel they're trapped. I feel like once Tony Khan gets a few more years under his belt, I feel like he will be the one that will say, hey, look, elite guys, though, we really need to do something different. I think Tony Khan's a smart dude. I really do like Tony Khan as a wrestling promoter. I think he's a wonderful dude with that stuff. Whatever you want to think about him, that's your opinion. For me, I like Tony Khan. I think he's a smart dude. I think Tony Khan, he would definitely be the guy that'll push certain things. Because, I don't know, with the current direction of AEW, I just don't see how they attract new fans. Like, they barely attract my friends that ask me about AEW. I'm known as a wrestling fan in my friend group. Not even fans who currently watch wrestling want to watch AEW that mostly grew up on WWE because they just don't feel like it's their style. And They need to find that middle ground of getting WWE fans that, are more casual based to tune into them, and getting newer fans to watch, because there's just not a lot of appeal. Like, they're appealing only to wrestling fans. That's good. You found your niche, but you can't just focus on, the lapsed wrestling fan, or the fan who stopped watching wrestling, because the fan who stopped watching wrestling stopped watching during the Attitude Era. And I don't see a lot of fans comparing AEW to the Attitude Era. Maybe if you're talking about the lapsed wrestling fan in the Ruthless Aggression era and the post Benoit era, sure. The PG era, sure. But if you're talking about someone from the Attitude Era, AEW has shown me nothing that they're on the levels of the Attitude Era, because their shows feel just as predictable as any other wrestling show you currently watch. Well, anime and manga get more mainstream when celebrities start endorsing it, like Ronda Rousey, Michael B. Jordan, and several rappers. Oh, is this like? I think it's already kind of in the mainstream. I think anime has hit a high. I think once Demon Slayer gets on Netflix or a bigger platform, that will just blow up and become the next big thing. Attack on Titan's one of the biggest anime out there, at least here in America. I consider Attack on Titan mainstream for what it is. Uh, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball is a big deal every time there's something going on with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is enrooted for a lot of people. But I do feel like, Demon Slayer, that's the one where it's like, once Netflix picks up Demon Slayer, I know that Demon Slayer is on Netflix in some countries, but I'm talking about in America. In America, if you put Demon Slayer on Netflix, that show will be trending. People are going to be like, what the fuck is Demon Slayer? It's an easy show to watch. Both dub and sub are really good. Has a banger opener. It's not my favorite anime. I'm not gonna I do like Demon Slayer. I'm not like gonna say it's the greatest scene I've ever seen. Also, I think no, I don't think Jujutsu Kaisen is just a little bit. It has Attack on Titan type of feel to it, but I don't know if that one will get it. My personal favorite right now is Fire Force. That shit is banging, dog. It's a mixture of trash anime and good anime, and that's my favorite type of anime. If you're asking Chase Oliver, it's that level. Like, Fire Force is what I wanted Black Clover to be, in my personal opinion. So yeah. What's your favorite? Oh shit, dude. Okay, I hate when does that. What's my favorite wrestling shirt of all time? Oh, the Eddie Guerrero Scarface WWE Championship shirt. That's my favorite. Do you think a change of venue would help AEW? Uh, it would, Jinzo, but the problem is I'm not gonna bitch about that, because they're stuck on what's it called? They're stuck in that arena because of COVID. So yeah, a change of venue would help, but if they have a venue and they have already a system set, especially in this time, then yeah. What are some that you wanted to get a ring but never did? LaDainian Tomlinson, um, Patrick Willis. Oh, Patrick Willis is a stud, dude. Navarro Bowman. Oh, I love it. Those two for the 49ers, just studs. It stinks too. Bowman retired very young. Very, very young. I like Navarro Bowman when I used to play like Madden, he would be my user linebacker. Like, I would always because I would always do fantasy drafts in Madden. Nowadays, Deion Jones is kind of my guy I like to use as a user linebacker when I do like the fantasy draft type of route. But Navarro Bowman was always like I would always have these two, like, especially when they were younger. It'd be Navarro Bowman and Earl Thomas. Those would be like my first two picks. And people were like, why are you choosing those guys? And it's like you didn't choose a quarterback, you didn't choose it, and it's like, well, you'll see why when you see me using these two, because I know how to user them, and I like how they play. And Navarro Bowman, dude, is just a stud, man. And I don't know, maybe it's a little bit of the Madden, but also him as a player. His career was too. It sucks too, because I don't think Bowman did enough to get to the Hall of Fame. Like that's another bomber part, man. Is that Navarro Bowman is such a stud. Donovan McNabb, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. And so it's kind of a bummer he never got a ring. So I was always sad when like the Patriots beat them in that Super. I wasn't even an Eagles fan. I just like McNabb. So it's like for me, it's just like being a McNabb guy. I was just like, dude, I just want him to win a flipping ring, dude. So that's another guy. God, I could spend all day with this man. Literally, I can. When it comes to it, Randy Moss, obviously, dude. Like it just stinks that especially with the Patriots season. I hate the Patriots then, but golly, he should have gotten at least one ring. It's amazing when you look at Randy Moss and he doesn't have one ring. And if I'm wrong about Navarro Bowman getting a ring, I'm sorry, but I do love Navarro Bowman. Bowman was a beast. Patrick Willis was a beast. Urlacher, oh yeah, Urlacher was great too. So yeah, those are some NFL players. I'm pretty sure there's so much more, but I can't think of every single one off the top of my head. What movie am I looking forward to this year? Oh, Godzilla versus King Kong, Jinzo. That's my number one. I've been waiting for that shit for a while. I didn't even know Venom was coming out. What's up, CPZ? How you doing, my friend? What do you think it will take for Lions to be good, and do you think it's possible for them to ever be good? It's possible. You have a defense that is young and hungry and still filled with players that have untapped potential. Your offensive line is one of the most underrated offensive lines. Like, they really did a good job investing in that offensive line. So whoever replaces Stafford in the future is what it needs. It has what it needs. Now what's missing is the skill position players and the running back. I guess I don't know how DeAndre Swift did for all you guys. I haven't really deep dive into the stats like that. But you need at least someone at running back. You need someone at quarterback. And I feel like it's time just to move on from the Stafford era. I like Matthew Stafford. I think he's a tremendous quarterback, but let him rot away the rest of his career on the Jets. Let him throw deep bobs to Brashard Perriman. What you guys need to do is figure out who's your wide receivers, find whichever quarterback you like in this draft, and hold your breath and take them. Like that's what I feel like the Lions should do. Trade Stafford for whatever you can get him for. Don't be too greedy about it. Don't be upset if you can't get a certain value back from him. Just say, hey, look, we tried with this guy. He's been our quarterback for over 12, 13 years, I want to say. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. 2008, 2009, 11 years. But yeah, his wife is fighting with the locals and stuff like that. It's just too much for the Staffords right now. I feel like Matthew Stafford, change of scenery will be good for him. And I feel like the Lions, it's time for a fresh start. You already have an offensive line, so whichever quarterback you pick, they're going to be fine. Use your free agency money to spend on some wide receivers. Even if it's a little bit of an overpay, at least you get someone back there. Draft a late round running back to complement DeAndre Swift. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't really pay attention to see how he did. But for me personally, just do that. And I feel like the Lions, like honestly, the NFC North, it's wide open because Green Bay's window, it may seem like Green Bay has this big window, but their window is kind of really small. It's much longer is Aaron Rodgers going to play at this high level? And then when you look at the rest of the Green Bay Packers roster, it's very barren, especially on the offensive side of things. Defensively, they did a great job repairing that 2 off seasons ago. But this year, the Green Bay defense showed to be a little bit more suspect. Chicago, their window, they messed up because they didn't draft the right quarterback. Now they're stuck with Trubisky. They might extend Trubisky. I like Trubisky, but still, can you just take like a franchise tag or something? But yeah, you might have to extend Trubisky and then keep in mind all the big contracts. You have a Khalil Mack and everything, all the other defensive players that you have to pay for. Oh, man. Chicago don't look too good right now, and the Vikings, the Vikings strike gold in these drafts. So they're, to me, as long as Kirk Cousins doesn't go AWire, they're pretty good. So for me personally, I feel like you guys are in a much better situation than you probably think, just because I feel like you guys can be able to control your destiny a little bit more, and also just be able to like play with cap space, especially if you get a good rookie quarterback in the first round. That's 5 years on the rookie deal. That's 3 years, maybe 5, that you can build a team around him. Because that's the new trend in the NFL is get that quarterback on the rookie deal for the first 5 years, for the first 2 years, figure out what you have with him. And then year 3, you just explode and you just burn whatever money you have to build a Super Bowl roster. And then when you have to pay the quarterback, you pay the quarterback. It is what it is at the end of the day. Sorry, guys, that some channels, some questions take long. I do like talking about it, man. I do like talking about certain stuff. Better written anti-heroes, anime anti-heroes like Vegeta, Hiei, Sasuke. Yeah, like that's the thing too. There's no good heroes in wrestling. Honest thoughts on Mitch Trubisky? Look, there's stuff I like about Trubisky. I like when he rolls out. I think he's a very mobile quarterback. I don't know why Chicago doesn't use his speed. He can't throw the football. Like his football throwing is just trash. But the thing is, I don't understand why the Bears don't build an offense where it's just Trubisky can roll out, do more athletic shit. Like that's the problem. The Bears going to build an offense around him, and I get it. Everyone's like, "Well, Mitchell Trubisky." Like, look, Lamar Jackson can barely throw the football, but the Ravens built an offense around him. That's what you need to do with Mitchell Trubisky. You need to freaking cater to him. It sucks to say, but that's what happens for some quarterbacks is that you need to cater to their strengths and make them better. You're not going to make Mitchell Trubisky better by pretending he's like Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes because he's not. He's Mitchell fucking Trubisky. So let True roll out. Let True run the football. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like Matt Nagy, I don't know. I feel like Trubisky farted in a meeting, and then Matt Nagy's like, I hate this guy. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Do you think Matthew Stafford? No, Stafford's not an NFL Hall of Famer. I'm sorry I didn't finish reading that question, but no. More whiny Naruto or Sasuke? Oh, Sasuke, dude. I love Sasuke. He's my boy, but he's the most whiniest character in Naruto. My family and like, dude, half the issues in Naruto could have been solved if Sasuke just actually stopped crying about shit. Did you hear Cody's recent interview that he said AEW never was supposed to be a sports? This guy needs to Tony Khan needs to put a gag order on Cody Rhodes. Like Cody Rhodes should not speak, dude. He makes shit sound so bad. like, dude, come on. Like, what? What's the point of the records? And then he says the matches are supposed to be like sports. What match am I? What football game am I watching where someone from the sidelines can beat up another human being and the referee doesn't throw a penalty flag or disqualify it? You can't tell me this is a sports-like presentation in the matches. The matches are not sports-like at all. They do whatever they want. Like, for example, every John Moxley match, the fucker has to go outside, do his hot spots of, let me hit you with the chair. Like, can you imagine LeBron James just like, fuck it. He just grabs a chair and whacks Kawhi with it. That's what AEW does. Oh, my God. Cody Rhodes just needs to not speak. Him and Brandy just need to, like, whenever there's a press junket, you send them to the janitor's closet, you lock the door, and you hide the key. You just make sure these two cannot find a way. I don't care if you have to tie these people down with chains against the pole and make sure no one can hear these human beings. They should not speak at all for press junkets. Like Cody, I can't believe the Young Bucks are more prepared for press conferences than Cody and Brandy. Like Cody and Brandy just, anytime they say anything, they just make stuff sound so stupid. They just make stuff sound worse. Like, you need to stop. Like Cody and Brandy, you need to, like I said, Tony Khan needs to just lead them to the janitor's club. Be like, oh yeah, the interview's this way, Brandy. Throw the key away, dude. Oh man, I can't believe he said that. Why? What are the chances of a Jake Paul and McGregor fight? 0, dude. McGregor's not going to fight Jake Paul, dude. Jake Paul will be lucky if he gets Anderson Silva. Like, you know what I'm saying, man? He'll be lucky if he gets, what's it called? Anderson Silva, man. So, yeah. It's the same how anime and manga got some mainstream. Well, yeah, people are bored and there's stuff to do. Yeah, 2020 was a sad year, man. Did you see NBA Twitter roasting Jericho being fat as fuck? I heard something that, so I do talk to some of my buddies still on Twitter. I told them, like, hey, if you need to reach out for me, Facebook, shout out to Kuda. So Kuda did send me the tweets. And I can't believe they thought this was a good idea. It was hilarious, dude. Jujutsu Kaisen, yeah, it does feel like that, huh? Have you seen Baki the Grappler? Not yet. It's on my watch list though. Thoughts on Little Uzi doing a song on Sasuke? He did. I might have to check that out. I don't know if you heard that Nickelodeon will be showing the NFL playoffs every weekend on their channel. What? Who's commentating the games? What? Is there gonna be like Nick Facts? Like, I might have to watch the Nickelodeon version just to see what this shit's about. Who do you predict will face John Jones at heavyweight? And do you think Jones will win or lose? The only guy that makes sense right now, since Stipe is gonna fight Francis, is Rosenstrike, right? Jorginho? I feel like Jorginho is the only guy, and Jones would wreck him, dude. Thoughts on Yoel Romero release? I was shocked by it, but it was Uncle Dana's way to give more contenders contracts, so can't blame him. Thoughts on Sephiroth and Smash Bros. Ultimate? I heard about this. I haven't played it yet, but cool. You speak English or Japanese in that game. It's cool to like anime and manga now, considering it's accepted in the mainstream. Yeah, it is. I just feel the people just got more nerdier over time. I don't feel like it's celebrities, man. Dragon, who's Dragon King? They're just talking right now. Let's see. Yeah, 2014. I would say honestly, once Attack on Titan kind of like, I feel like Sword Art was the first like I feel like with Netflix and the streaming platform, I think Sword Art was like the first anime that people were actually streaming, and then like people fell in love with it because like I remember random ass people were like, "Yeah, I watched Sword Art." I'm like, "Watch Sword Art? The fuck, Sword Art online?" Right? Like I was even shocked. I'm like, "All right, Sword Art, cool." And everything. But yeah, I think Attack on Titan. Once that shit hit, I feel like Attack on Titan. Everyone in their brothers want to learn what Naruto and shit was about, man. So here we were in 2021. Possibly did we get Jones versus Ian? Why is there always uh, extra shit of hoops we got to go through to make super fights happen? Well, this will be the final question for tonight. So I do apologize if you guys are asking questions, but I do want to break this down. Jones and Izzy, it's a lot of things that play into factors, especially when it comes to the what's it called, to what's it called, uh, what was I gonna say? The thing with Jones is because Jones is the fight. Izzy needs Jones for Izzy to be relevant. And the thing is with Jones, he knows when to choose his fights and he wants money. Dana White acts like that he pays John Jones enough money. John Jones acts like Dana White doesn't pay him enough money. Whether which side you fall on and decide to support, that's up to you. But I just feel like when it comes to John Jones just doesn't want to fight someone unless it makes sense, unless there's some type of legacy added to it. Izzy is the one that kind of looks bad in this situation because he should have fought Jones next. If you were going to fight for the light heavyweight title, why didn't you fight John Jones? You know? So yeah, that's to me when it comes down to it, man. Izzy, to be honest, he should have fought John Jones in the first place. He should have fought like this Jan Blachowicz thing is just a joke. Like, why are you fighting Jan Blachowicz? Like, there's more for Izzy to lose than to gain, especially if Jan gets him with a nice clean shot. Right, that's the thing. I just feel like with super fights, there's a lot more money involved, and when more money gets involved, the more problems it gets, especially on the side of negotiations, and especially in COVID now. You're trying to convince these guys no gate money and the pay-per-view revenue. We don't even know how much the points are worth. And now you're also talking about you have two big name fighters. Normally in a situation, one fighter gets the pay-per-view points. I don't know. So yeah, that's the reason why CPZ. It's kind of sucks, but it's just hard business. It's not really the easiest business to do. But anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in, watching this stream. When will I go live next? Well, you'll wait and find out. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Have yourself a good night. Take care. Love y'all. Stay safe. Stay well. Yow.